Guardians, what's going on, y'all? Sly here, once again back in the saddle after a few small delays. So after years of loyal service, my console finally had enough. My day one Xbox One kicked the bucket, and like I said, it simply had enough, man. Enough 48-hour gaming sessions, enough being left on for weeks at a time, enough travel, and enough getting banged up, and it was tired of saving, especially with the stuffed hard drive. It has now moved on to a better place, the console heaven realm. And with change comes opportunity, so I got myself a brand new Xbox One X, and guys, let me tell you, the myths that the media are spreading around are straight up wrong. You do not need a 4K TV to benefit from the Xbox One X. Is it the best way to take advantage of the new Xbox? Absolutely. But just about all of the Xbox One enhanced games that I've tried have two options on them. You can either play them at the standard HD resolution, which is 1080p, with enhanced textures and graphics, but you play at a silky smooth 60 frames per second. Or you can choose to play at 4K. Now, depending on the game, it'll be 4K 60 frames or 4K 30 frames. Huge open world games will usually be 30 frames per second because of how large they are, but racing games or linear campaigns like Gears of War, Halo, they can push out 60 frames per second while in 4K. Either way, it is simply incredible. What you're seeing here is Battlefront 2, and there literally is no difference between playing on the Xbox One X and on my PC. The only difference here is moving with the mouse. It's a bit faster, but in terms of graphics, you really cannot tell a difference. Now, I'll have a video up later where I'll compare some more games, because when you get to larger open world games, like I said, there is a slight difference between the PC and the Xbox One X, but so far, absolutely blown away by just how much faster and smoother everything is, especially considering my $1,800 PC is keeping up with a $499 Xbox. Now, so far, every Xbox One enhanced game has played at 60 frames per second with upgraded graphics. I can only imagine what's going to look like once I get a 4K TV. So anyways, enough about my new toy. Just want to tell you all how excited I am about it and how awesome it really is, and to debunk the myth that you do not need a 4K TV to enjoy the Xbox One X. So now, a new Xbox really wasn't on my list of things to get, and since I rely on my Xbox for videos, I was kind of taken out there for a while. But I'm back, guys, so let's go ahead and get into the swing of things. Now, the Clarion Call is active in Destiny 2 for this weekend only, guys, so if you're coming to visit Xur, make sure you grab yourself a clanmate and score yourself some extra XP. Everything that Bright Engrams contain will be switching out at the start of Season 2. So if there are any emotes, ships, sparrows, shaders, anything like that, go for them while you can, because all of this stuff is Season 1 loot only. Once it's gone, it'll be gone for good. Alright guys, well, glad to be back, and as always, thank you for watching. So Titan was this week's flashpoint, and that's where our boy Xur is. So head on over, fast travel to the rig. Once you land, head on to the left-hand side of this area and make your way to the starting point of the Xavathun Songstrike, or Xavathun, whatever you want to say. He's inside the building on your left-hand side, right before the large rampway. Alright Guardians, let's dive in, shall we? And boom. That's not too bad, I guess. Hard light is great. KARNSTEIN ARMLETS is pretty good. I've been chasing the SYNTHOCEPS for a long time. So anyways, let's go over all of these real quick, and then we'll hop into the details after that. So first up, for the weapon this week, we have the new and improved hard light. For the armor, starting off with the Hunter, an exotic chest piece called the Lucky Raspberry. Moving on to the Titan, a new set of gauntlets called the SYNTHOCEPS. And finally, for the Warlock, another set of gauntlets called the KARNSTEIN ARMLETS. Alright guys, so let's check out these new stats and perks. First up, hard light. Exotic perk is called Volatile Light. Rounds fired from this weapon have no damage fall off, over-penetrates targets, and ricochets off of hard surfaces. For the barrel upgrade, we have Polygonal Rifling, more stability. Moving on to the mag upgrade, Alloy Magazine, which is basically spray and play from year one. Faster reload when the mag is empty. After that, we have another reason why this weapon is an exotic, and the weapon's traits consist of 3 cores. We have Arc Core, Solar, and then of course Void Core. You can swap out to any element that you wish to use. And finally, at the end here, we have Composite Stock. Slight increases in both stability and handling speed. This weapon is extremely fun to use and super effective in both game types, PvP and PvE. Its ability to swap out elements is great if you're one of the players inside the throne room when trying to complete Callus. You can always end up matching shields to the mages coming out, and besides, it just really feels good to use. It's super stable, but it does have some recoil. With ARs being one of the better weapon types to use in Destiny 2, hard light sits at a pretty comfortable spot right now. However, since it is an exotic, it hardly gets used thanks to other stronger exotics out there that take up the exotic slot. Alright guys, well next up let's check out some armor, and we're starting off with the Hunter chest piece called Lucky Raspberry. Exotic perk, Probability Matrix, increases the chaining capabilities of Arc Bolt Grenade and has a chance to recharge each time it deals damage. So basically the more times it chains to other enemies, the more likely you are to have your grenade return. For its stats, you can choose increased resilience or go for extra health recovery. And finally, the mod down below is called Arc Ordnance mod. Grenades recharge faster when using an Arc subclass. Now this is my everyday Hunter exotic. I usually stay on Arc Strider and I wear either this or Ride and Flux because the amount of enemies you can kill with Ride and Flux is insane. It's amazing for ad clearing, especially in the raid, but I like the look of the Raspberry more. So for the most part, I have this on and it definitely works well, especially in PvP. You can drop shields with Arc Bolts and then quickly clean up for the kill afterwards. For this whole team shooting meta nonsense that we're in right now, you know that your Arc Bolt is going to chain to all of them if they're close together, and if it instantly recharges when it does damage, 2 grenades, and you can clear out the entire team, get a multi-kill very, very quickly. It's actually pretty cool when that happens. Alright, next up we're checking out the Titan and a set of arms that have eluded me for quite some time now, the exotic gauntlets called the SYNTHOCEPS. Exotic perk, Biotic Enhancements, increased melee lunge range, improved melee damage when surrounded. So now those Titan T-Rex arms finally have some bite to them. As for stats, you can choose increased resilience or go for extra health recovery. And finally, here at the mod, we have kinetic munition loader, improved reload speed for kinetic weapons. Now for anyone out there who doesn't use True Prophecy or Better Devils due to its reload speed, use this mod and you will not look back. If you change out your perks on Better Devils to hold 10 bullets and increase your reload speed, and then top it off with a kinetic reload mod, you're looking at a totally different weapon, and it is, in my opinion, the best kinetic weapon in the game. Even on Prestige mode, you can one-shot smaller enemies and two-shot legionaries. Guys, I highly, highly recommend it. Now, as far as the gauntlets themselves, these haven't graced my presence yet, so I really can't comment on if they're worth using or not, but the Titan always lacked a decent melee range, so these might actually be useful. Whether or not they are, we'll see. And finally, our last armor piece of the day, we come across the KARNSTEIN armlets once again. Exotic perk, Vampire's Caress, melee attacks grant health recovery, and melee grenade and class ability energy. As for the stats, you can choose increased mobility or increased resilience. And down below for the mod this time, we have enhanced mobility mod, which grants you +1 mobility. Now these gloves aren't that great as is, by themselves mediocre at best. However, when combined with the right subclass talents, they become pretty freaking awesome. For example, in combination with Stormcaller, you can gain back half to 3/4 of your abilities with 1 melee, so it drastically cuts your cooldown time. The arms by themselves only give you a sliver of extra energy, but that sliver on top of other perks can make a huge difference. Like I said, Stormcaller makes the most use out of it, but the others work as well. Definitely something you should play around with and see for yourselves. But that is about it, guys. Once again, thanks for watching and sorry for the few weeks hiatus, but I'm back and just in time for the DLC news to start churning. If anyone is interested, I have the first DLC reveal stream up on my channel. It's unedited and it shows some pretty awesome details of the upcoming DLC as well as what this new raid content is. So if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And if you're curious about how some of these other Xbox One X games compare to their PC versions, I have a couple of games that I'm going to compare here very soon and put them all into a video. So definitely keep an eye out for that. But that is it for me, Guardians. As always, thank you for watching and for supporting Sly Nation. Always a pleasure to make videos for you all, and I'm proud to be a part of it. If you're new to the nation, then welcome, my friend. Subscribe for tons more gaming coverage. Spank the thumbs up only if you enjoyed yourself, and keep those eyes open for more content coming out here soon. But until then, this is your dude Sly, and I'll catch you all next time.